Check out that mess. All for some shit carbon fibre indicators. This is what happens when you buy shite indicators. Yeah. Right, time to sort this absolute mess out. So, there's an Evotech tail tidy, which someone has half done, and then they've made this. This all should be tucked under here. I don't know what the last owner was doing, apart from making a mess. He also bought these absolute disgusting indicators, so they will be coming off as we speak. And yeah, I've ordered some new ones, and I'll show you what they are now. So I'm pretty awful at remembering to film things on my motorbike, but I have bought some new indicators. I have bought these. They are the Oxford Nightriders. They're my favourite that I found. There's not a whole bunch of indicators out there which I really thought were good price and good value for money. I did like a couple of others. I liked Evotech's, but yeah, £140 or something. So I don't think I'm going to bother just for some indicators. So yeah, the Nightriders are what I've gone for. I'm going to unbox them now. I've already taken the old crappy fake carbon fibre indicators off of my bike, so let's fit them. So within the pack you should have this, which is a diagram of how you should wire it up. Basically you've got the indicator here, you've got a resistor here to stop it from fast flashing, if that is the case on your bike. I'm going to ignore that for today and just see if it can work without, because I have quite a modern bike with a digital display, and I've done a bit of research and it says you don't need it, but if I need it I'll wire it in. One indicator, see it's got CE writing all the information right on the indicator, which is kind of lame. I don't really like that, but it's got to be marked somewhere, I guess. And there's the other one, and then the two resistors which you can wire in if your bike flashes fast. Right, so in my circumstance I've got two male connectors here. So I've just been to Halfords, bought some connectors. We're going to crimp them together, hopefully they fit. And yeah, the indicator is pretty self-explanatory how it goes through. You have to take off this little thing off the end of the indicator, and the indicator will thread through here like so, and then screw in on the other side, and you can wire it up. So I put this indicator on. Obviously I had two male connectors, that's okay. I've got some couple of different connectors here. So I put these on, and then I realised the last person who did this, because these were aftermarket horrible indicators before, has fed them through here and then wired them here out underneath the tail tidy, and then not been able to put them back through into the tail to get rid of the mess. So I am going to try and sort that out now. I've done it annoyingly, done these two connectors a bit prematurely. So I'm going to take these off, feed the wire through, and then sort it out. What a palaver. And there we have it, connected and insulated. That can tuck up in there now, and I'll do the other side. Right, quick test. Just wired that one up, a couple of connectors. The other one's already done, but taking this off so we can actually see that they work. Give that a clean, put it back together, rear's done. High effort to change load indicators, you know. Don't know why people bother. Do I have a hazard light on this bike? No, I don't. Right, left, it's flicking fast as expected. Beautiful. Right. Lovely. So what I'll do now is I'll quickly check to make sure they don't flash fast. I don't have to rewire this again. I'll connect the front left, check it. If it flashes fast, I've got a problem. I need to put the relay in. If not, we're good to go. Okay, it's going to be super hard to film, but I'm going to show you how I'm going to test this, because if you look down here, I've got a light wire and a blue wire. Well, a light blue and a dark blue, and I don't know which one is positive and which one is negative. So what we need is one of these bad boys, which I haven't used since I went to college, I'll be honest. And what we want to do is we want to put it onto V2 for direct current, Zoom in there. So we want direct current voltage. We want to get the positive. It's a very messy job. I'll try and film this as best as I can. So we want to put the positive in one of these, and then we want to also with the other one ground it. So I'll try and do this on camera if I can. I hope you can see this. So yeah, positive. Right, hopefully this works this time. Can you see? Yes, you can. So what we want to do is we want to get the two wires. We want the positive from the multimeter in one of them. Doesn't matter which one. Then we want to ground the black one with the other ground. So then we look, do we get a voltage? Yes, we do. 0.83. So I'm getting a positive voltage from this one. Let's try the other one. To the frame, nothing. So I now know that the light blue is my positive and the dark blue is my negative. Simple as that. I also forgot to mention that the bike obviously has to be on for this to work. But right, that's sort of semi-connected. Let's see if it works. Beautiful, and it's not flashing fast. Oh, it is flashing fast. Not good. This has been bull, but almost there. Fucking did it. Did it. Alright, taping this up now. That's going to get hidden up there somewhere. Sort of hid the other one around the corner up in some fairing. But indicators on both sides. I've checked it. The resistors that we've wired in do actually do the job and stop it from flashing fast. So going to tape this up and then call it a night. Finally finished. Left. Not going fast. Pretty bright, not bad. No more bird's nest. What's up guys, if you are interested in a stainless steel logo, any brand, link is in the description. Link is in the description.